Welcome once again to In the Hot Seat with Deborah Fennella and Anthony James Mattocks. Now, I'm really excited about today's guest because we're going all the way across to London to interview the amazing multi-award winning, he's just so talented, this gentleman, Leyton Benta. Now, Leyton is a singer, he's a songwriter, an actor, an entrepreneur as well. And his purpose is to spread more love and authenticity to the world globally. And he's just a phenomenal singer, to be honest, and a lovely spiritual person. So welcome to the show, Leyton, and welcome Anthony as well, because you're all the way across, aren't you, from Scotland?
Sunny Scotland, yes.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you guys very much for having me on here today. It really means a lot.
It's so wonderful to have you on the show. We're really excited, aren't we, Anthony? Especially on these.
Oh yes, definitely, yes. I've been on YouTube all day listening to your Leyton stuff, and I have to recommend it all. You have to listen.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for taking the time. Now, Leyton, I've been reading quite a lot about you, and your path actually started from a very young age, didn't it? And it started going back as far as when you were 6 years of age, and you were sort of like coached to get involved in the Christmas concert. Now, I'm quite intrigued. Who actually coached you? Was it your mum? Was it your dad or a family member? Sort of said, come on, Leyton, you know, you can do it. Get up on that stage and do a bit of performing. So who was it that was encouraging you, please?
You know what? Nobody encouraged me. You know what? It's a thing. It was a situation. I was put in a very uncomfortable position where I was actually forced to be part of a school Christmas concert.
Oh, no. Was it your teacher on you? Was it?
Literally, because here's the thing. So I've been around like good music, like good soul music, 60s, 70s, and so forth, like music that had meaning. And I've always had this melody that I've been singing within, but I've never vocalized it, never knew that I could actually sing until it took that moment. Yes. So there was a teacher who was trying out different students for leads in the song. And you can only imagine how nervous I was because I didn't know what to expect, but I knew that something felt good inside of me. I just didn't know I had it in me to project my vocals. And then it was a song called In the Bleak Midwinter back then. And then as the teacher was trying different students out and as it came to me, so I was nervous, but as I did begin to sing a few lines, everybody did look at me as if I thought I did something wrong just by how they responded and reacted.
Oh, and you were so little as well, only being 6. It must have been really nerve-wracking for you.
it really was, and I was just like, wow, did this really just happen? You know, like, this is crazy. So the teacher called me out afterwards, and when the teacher calls you out, you're thinking, uh-oh, what happened? What did I do wrong? You know, so then she just called me out to a corner as there was like a little break in between. And then she emphasized actually as to how beautiful it actually was with what I sung. Because here's the thing. I was always, you know, whatever I know I'd put myself forward in, I know it would be more than just 100% given. I always give more than I plan to give, even if sometimes I might not know if it's right, but if something feels right, there's got to be some alternative of, you know, a greater light within, you know. So she encouraged me, actually. She encouraged me, and she said that if this was to be something later on for me, then she felt I would do very well. So then that's what determined my path, pretty much of the development since that very moment. It's not like I decided I wanted to sing. It never was on the cards.
Oh, wasn't it? So did you join like the school choir? I mean, I sort of started out singing from a very early age like yourself, and musical productions, and also in sort of like TV and film from the age of 7. So I can relate to everything that you're saying. It's quite daunting when you get on that stage for the first time and all eyes are looking at you as well. But you obviously from a very early age, you must have sort of found your voice and your passion in singing. Also, what I would like to ask you is any of your family members singers? Did you sing along with them? I mean, I come back from a musical family background myself. So I've been sort of grown up around singing, to be honest. Was there any family members around you that would sort of sing throughout the day?
You know what? I mean, my mum used to be in a group with her sisters back in the day. It was called the Lawrence Sisters,
Oh,
and
nice.
they were actually touring Britain.
Yes.
It wasn't anything majorly as in a profession, but they was doing that and traveling over Britain to sing soul music.
Oh, I love soul.
And you know what? It's really the best music.
Yes,
And
isn't it?
and also I had like some encores as well who were singers before, but they no longer do it. So it pretty much is just me in the family chain that actually sings.
So
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Leyton, for everything that you achieve and continue striving to achieve as well, and following obviously in your mother's footsteps with your beautiful voice.
You know what? It's been quite a ride for me when it came to people supporting, because I didn't really have much. And considering the family I come from and everything, and I love my mum and dad. They've supported in the best ways that they could, in the ways that they know they knew how to, and I will always appreciate that. If it came to like general, like family in general, I wouldn't say that there was much support. There was lack of it. And most of the time you felt you had to really kind of build your own self more than someone helping to build you into furthermore, so yeah, it's been quite a lot of uncertainty, considering a certain time where you were supposed to be carefree. You felt you had to kind of grow up a bit more quicker in a way, because of the things you encountered, just to do something sacred.
Yes, I know what you mean. So you obviously knew as a young child that your divine purpose was all about spreading peace and love, which is what you do on a day-to-day basis, being a very spiritual person. So is any of your family members spiritual?
I would say to a certain degree. I wouldn't say there are many of them that are really in tune with that. Hence the reason I feel that, I'm like how they can call it the black sheep?
Yes.
I would prefer to call it the black shepherd. Because the shepherd is setting a new foundation where you're breaking a norm and a cycle. So that's why I always felt like an outcast throughout the growing up period, and even now. So it's because when you look beyond like the 3D and you know that there's a lot more out there that has always been there designed, the path is going to be more challenging, because you are going to ride the path mostly on your own minimum with people around you.
Yes. And I can completely relate to that, being a spiritual person myself, and I'm the only spiritual person in my family. So I fully understand where you're coming from, all about consciousness and the third dimension too. And there's so much change happening globally, I think, as people do wake up consciously to the pathway of love, which is, where you do amazing work as well with all of your songs and the lyrical content.
That's it. It's a very big deal to me when it comes to contributions and what one truly is dedicating their life towards, because it's like when you dedicate your life to the world, you are naturally going to be carrying the weight of the world, because you're chosen to really, really leave a substantial, timeless outcome for the world, even if it really means putting your life on the line, which is what I feel I do every day.
Most definitely. And it is to be of service to humanity, isn't it? And we dedicate our lives to service and empowering and encouraging others, all about the pathway of love, and to believe in themselves and to shine bright as well, and step out the illusion of fear, which is what we both do. And so does Anthony. Now, I know Anthony's got some budding questions to ask you, haven't you, Anthony?
Well, indeed, too many. Leyton, are you like me? Do you go to bed with a pen and paper by your side? Because I know with my videos, my best ideas come when I'm sleeping. So I wake up and I get the pen and paper out and write down things for the next day. Is that where your ideas come from?
You know what, Anthony? I feel that you couldn't really see a structure with it, because sometimes it could be late evening, it could be in the middle of being in a whole different environment. So it can be something where it could be a melody. Sometimes it's not even the words. Sometimes it could be you being on a keyboard. Sometimes it can literally be you being out in the nature. There's so many situations, and because I'm very observant generally with everything that goes on, it's like it's like everything's like a walking library. So that's why I feel other than writing it on paper, I'm already writing it in my heart already before I put it forward with the expression, you know.
So you reckon when you're writing your next creation, your next song, would you say the words come there first, and then you have to write the music to match your words then?
Well, here's the thing. I rather, when it comes to music, I make sure, as technology clearly is a lot of advantage that people takes advantage of, but I like to be very old school and not, you know, not have anything tarnish what is pure with what you deliver. And I rather keep everything as natural as can be. That's why I've been independent, because you're solidly in control and you're the one who has the hand who writes your own story, where you're writing out your own life other than someone dictating to you, this is how you should sound, look, be, and you know, cults to be part of. It's like I've always been rebellious to things because I felt if I didn't have this integrity within myself, then I felt I really wouldn't be portraying everything I'm already being. And so that's why I feel it's important to be more in control of what your expression is to the world, because you know your reflection, what you want to shed forward. So it's a very sensitive thing.
You say your songs are your life.
It is.
And you find yourself, would you think you maybe have lost yourself, or you're going in the wrong direction and you don't find yourself to bring yourself back to reality kind of thing?
Find yourself is very universal. I just feel it's generally something everyone's always finding something more of, and we're all at different stages in our journeys, everyone. And I just feel that I write songs that I feel, for example, if I'm no longer here on the physical presence, if I'm not here, at least I know that the music I've created has actually been something timeless, so that if we think about the generations coming into this world today, the kids, the youth especially, they eventually are going to find out about what I do, whether I'm here or not, because everyone needs something that's going to really, really be something to get them through not only just hard times, it's really the times where they know that every day is going to be very relevant for the song. You know, it's not just like, oh, for the summer, oh, for this time. It's going to be for every single day, no matter what time of the day. This is going to be something timeless to really heal many people out here.
There's one word that you can put in your title that will be played forevermore, and that's the word Christmas. Just put Christmas in the title, and you've got it for life.
No, for example, exactly, because I'd rather do something that's going to be from my heart, because no matter what, I don't really look at statistics. I don't really pay attention to the charts. I don't really pay attention to what everybody is putting out, because I feel it's a distraction to take you away from who you are. And I feel the more you continuously do everything solidly, unconditionally, despite the odds and despite, you know, the barriers that may come in between, because you're doing something solidly from your heart, at least you know it's going to be a winner for something, because you made the decision that this was what you're going to be more of, in terms of not only just a man, but as a vessel of love and light, and for the expression even for other people in this world. It's not just for any specific generation. This is truly for everyone.
It's like many songs, because obviously I'm doing a movie just now, and obviously I'm using a lot of music in it.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah doesn't know this yet, but she probably does. I'm actually using some of Deborah's songs in my movie.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of people from Edinburgh and Livingston, just outside Edinburgh, that they've performed a couple of songs for me, so they'll be going in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And also Deborah and a few other friends I've got together, and they're going to do a song for Tian as well, which will be possibly through the middle of the movie. But it's going to be like a 3-hour movie, because I've got so many people from 93 countries that's going to be in it so far.
That's great.
So I'm trying to get 100 countries with 1,500 people within the movie. And it's just trying to find all the music for it. And I'm hoping that...
haven't you, Anthony? to write a song, and he sent me some words, and I said, right, it needs to obviously rhyme because lyrical content. I said, leave it with me. So I came up with a song, didn't I, Anthony? And used some of your words as well. And we're actually going to go into recording studios next month and actually record the song. And then we're going to raise money, aren't we, for TN sufferers globally.
That's big.
Again, songs that help and bring more awareness, isn't it?
There's hardly any songs that's got the words trigeminal neuralgia. They'll say TN, it's easier. But to get the words trigeminal neuralgia, I can't say it myself, but I've got it.
I don't have to say anything else since
trigeminal neuralgia in a song, it's just wonderful. And Deborah said, I can do that.
Yes.
Hey, when you know, you know.
You know within your heart. I mean, one thing I would like to sort of ask you, Leyton, I mean, obviously the spiritual pathways, I know myself, because my journey's not been easy. And we do get, it is like a test of endurance, isn't it? Because sometimes life can throw so many curveballs and obstacles. And, you know, sometimes you come up against criticism, or people can be, you know, not very nice, and bullying and racism and things like that. And you've also been through that, like myself. And what I love about you is you're obviously in the same wavelength as me. You turn the negative experiences into positive and wish to help the masses and empower them, but also bring more awareness to, you know, to be kind to one another, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? So, you know, please tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. You know what, with regards to, you know, this whole, you know, spiritual path, I mean, I'm one of these people where I would not, when you know in your heart that if you know who you are, you don't need to sometimes explain to people, oh, I'm a spiritual person. You know, it's like if you know it's there, because naturally we all generally are spiritual beings. Like that's just naturally who we are. Until someone teaches you, no, that's not who you are. You know, and it's just a matter of what we choose to tap into, and that goes down with new information. As information is always out there, it's out there. And
research.
Exactly, research, because I knew there was just so much more out here. I knew that there was so much more with what I'm actually here to serve and offer. Because when you're here to really contribute something, are you really here to be able to erase the negative infiltrations, or are you here to basically be increasing more of the hell raising as to what is going on right now? Because when you witness just the patterns of how everything's orchestrated in the world, who's running it, who's governing it, what the secret societies are, you know, you begin to really see furtherly more as to why things have been planned the way it's been planned for centuries and years before we were born.
Most definitely.
So, and that's why I knew that, I feel in my heart, whether people know me now or know me later, or whether they don't know me or never will discover me, but I believe the world will need me one day, because I feel that I have a contribution that is really going to be, it's like being really firm and being unapologetic, or doing it so authentically put, because you're here to speak out for the silence, and to raising more than just conscious awareness. You're actually here to reinvent a new foundation, to let the world know that everything that is just put into the world, or what is presented, whether this is mainstream or whatever it is, everything is not what it is, what it seems. It's all fabricated. And that's why I'm here to put it not only just through music. This is generally through absolutely everything I contribute. I just, you know, I've read, you know, numbers of books over the years. Sometimes, you know, I would jump back to the same book a good number of times before jumping onto the next new book. And because it's like, I just sometimes feel that we are our own results. And we have to make a decision. Despite whatever we find, we have to be the ones to decide what is our truth, even if someone says, sorry, that isn't the truth. You know, because bottom line is, everybody's entitled to their expression and opinion. Fair enough. But one day,
as well, Leyton, haven't they? Because everyone's got a story to tell. And I think sometimes if we listened more, we would learn so much more, wouldn't we?
No, well, that's the truth. And I'll be honest with you guys. Every day I'm always frustrated. And why I say frustration is because just only looking at in terms of where I'm at now, and just everything that I was willing to sacrifice of my own life to actually being able to bring some healing resonance. It's like this, I feel, just to make a decision that I want to give love and be there. It's like it really had a toll with all the devils that came out in the industry for me. And that's why when it comes to fame and fortune, I know I might be coming off a little bit of topic, but it's in the same topic at the same time. Yes. When it comes to fame and fortune, it's not about being who you are. It's about being molded and being part of a demonic system. So as I said no to so many things, right, it has hindered as to how far I can go. Yes. And it doesn't mean that with regards to I regret what I've decided, because I know that I'm saved and the universe hides me for a reason, for a certain time, as the world adjusts into the 5D realm. Yes. You know, yes. So that's why we're all transcending and ascending, and that's why I feel there's always work to be done, because you never know when your time is done with regards to you leaving this physical earth. And that's why I feel these contributions and inputs of sowing the seeds need to be out there right now, other than later.
And I think also with the fifth dimension, a lot of people don't really understand what you're talking about. So again, see, the third dimension links with the illusion of fear consciously. Humanity's been living in the head for so many eons, to be honest. And the fifth dimension is all about evolving consciously and stepping out of that illusion of fear and the dark, stepping into that light and following the pathway of love, because humanity is on that pathway of love, and also the pathway of loving ourselves in order to love ourselves. Once we do, then we can teach others to love themselves and give love and receive love as well. So when Leyton talks about obviously the fifth dimension, it's also linking with the pathway of love and stepping out of that negative thought forms and the illusion of fear, and stop living in your head but living in your heart. So what makes your heart, and then do it. It makes you feel good about yourself, as whereas it's like sometimes we aware that inner voice, and it's like sometimes sort of thinking, well, I mustn't do that. But how many times have we done things that we knew wasn't necessarily going to work out? We had that gut feeling, if only I didn't do that, and then we did it. So your heart, if it makes your heart sing that you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, and also you're on the path to be the best version of yourself as well.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean, there's so much to say about the whole new, whole new world of love reinvention, because that's why I've been doing this love reinvention, is because it's like that's why things have taken time, is because I've been very rebellious to things that could have made me famous. I could have been a lot more further than where I am, and I don't regret it. Obviously, we have those times and moments and stuff, because we realize as time moves forward and we realize how much we've contributed and all that we've put forward, so much of yourself, where you can be so exhausted. And I do get that. I do have a lot of exhaustion daily because of everything I dedicate. And I don't sleep when it comes to love. I really don't sleep. No. Because it's like, if you're not doing it, it's like other people are trying to figure out ways how to poison the lives of people, and I can't accept that.
No, and again, that goes back to being kind to one another, because I think there's enough negativity in the world, and people are fed up of hearing about the negativity. They want to hear good things and positive things, and it's all about supporting and empowering each other, and let's work together. Because we are one at the end of the day, and love will conquer all as well, won't it? It's just stepping out of the ego self and connecting with your heart and your higher self into that fifth dimension reality consciously, which is what you do and what I do. And Anthony's learning quite a lot about it. Obviously, we was talking about it today, but Anthony does amazing work with all of his videos, and he's on that pathway of love and shining bright, and does phenomenal work like yourself. So I think the more we can empower each and every one of us, because we've all got so much to share with this world, and natural gifts and talents, and just believing yourself, knowing that you are the key to your destiny, which you believe, and so does Anthony as well. But there's so many people that have had their confidence knocked and doubt themselves. I think I can't do it, and sometimes just sort of shutting out those external voices of others or the judgments and looking in the mirror and say, right, I'm going to give it a go. Because if you don't give it a go, how do you know if you can do it or not?
So I think you're like me, Leyton. You've got that much to say in one album. You're thinking, how much can I actually cram into one album? But you're thinking, well, what I've never said there, I can say in the next album. And that's like me. I've got so much to say about everything that who wants to watch who wants to watch a 16-hour video?
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
So it's like you've got so much to say. You like me. You like to talk. I do. We all do. And you do it through your music, but it must be quite frustrating when you have to like close an album and you're thinking you've got so much more to say, but you're thinking, well, I can do that in the second album, third album, fourth album. I can bring all my life and words into my songs, into your albums.
Yeah, no, it's true. That it's like you can never write too much because overall throughout the course of everything, I've created like more than 300 songs already because there's so much in the vault because even still creating to this day and because the thing is, it's like it really is more than just saying, oh, I'm writing out my life. No, what I mean is I'm here to leave an engravement, an engravement of something that will never disappear. It will be something where if I want to be remembered, it truly is for the heart that I have. And I don't want to be remembered for anything else. It's just my heart and the fact that someone actually cared about the world and cared actually generally about people and just the fact of recognizing things that have been missing for so long, and you wanted to fill in the missing spaces that have been missing, and it can be overlooked even to this day with what I give and even what I put in for my music. And because when you have something so sacred, and if it's not mainstream related, it's going to be overlooked, it's going to be dismissed, it's not going to be aired on radio, it's not going to be on TV. Despite the amount of publications I've had over the years, it's like there's always, the more light you're shedding, the more the devil wants to be at work, to take you off ground. And that's why I just said that with this, if you're going to write something, are you improving the world? Are you making people, are you giving people the idea of a better world? Are you actually being able to take people out of positions without them even committing suicide? Are you, there's so much things that are going on, and everybody every day, and you're not going to see it on the news, but someone's always taking their life in whatever way or shape or form. And I feel this is why I feel I really have put my foot on the ground and it says, nope, I'm not going to stand for this. And I know that there's a way that will be paved forward for me, even to this day, where the foundation that received everything I have, other than wanting to change it, I know that time will come. We all have those days where we can sometimes feel, you know what, I want to throw in the towel because of everything that you felt that you've given everything already. And it's just like, I know you wouldn't be put in this position had it have not had a particular vibration where it's supposed to help you grow in whatever way or shape or form. So that's why I do keep that faith and open mind and open heart still to continue my path as it is, even if sometimes it could be where not much may be happening, even though you were already ready, to take on like so much more than what you're already given. It's just, it really does take the world to adjust and those out there in the industries to adjust in order to receive what I have more and receive more of.
You touched on suicide there, Leyton, which is basically trigeminal neuralgia is called the suicide disease.
Yeah.
Now, I was very close to ending it all. And I lost a few friends through suicide as well. And I came up with this this picture. Now, I'm going to set you a challenge here. I'll send you the picture. I want you to write a song about the picture I send you. How about that?
Well, in terms of literally live right now or something after?
No.
Maybe after.
No, it's basically, it's like yourself, you have many thoughts about people around you, what they've done. When you lose 3 friends to suicide, it kind of spurs something in your mind. You want to put something to like celebrate their lives, kind of thing. So I brought this picture together, and I'm thinking I need a songwriter. I thought, oh, we've got Leyton. So I'll say a little challenge. If you can't do it, it's fine. I'll just turn away and I'll get Deborah to do
it. Now with Leyton. This.
No.
I think, like you say, there's so many people in this world that are suffering, and you know, it's about us supporting each other and being there, listening here as well. Because you never know what a difference you're going to make in somebody's life. Even when you're walking down the road, just smiling at somebody, they may have not seen anybody, you know, for days. An elderly person helping them with their shopping, or they could have just lost a loved one. So kindness is the way forward. We can all make a difference in this world. Just like that song, What Have You Done Today to Make You Feel Proud? And I think the more we can sort of promote this, that's what In the Hot Seat's all about, giving people the platform to shine bright and share their stories and encourage other people to shine bright as well. It's just that ripple effect, isn't it? Because if you do a good deed for somebody and then you say, all I ask now is for you to please go and do a good deed for somebody else, and then somebody else, before you know it, how many people you are obviously helping and supporting during that day and making a difference? Yeah. You don't realise, do you, how much we are making a difference? But each day we can continue making more of a difference to make this world a better place, to bring humanity together and love one another as well. And also the pathway forgiveness is really important as well. Now I see behind you, you've also got a vision board. I believe it. You are like me, and you're very aware of cosmic ordering and manifestation as well. So obviously we can't sort of see too much behind you.
I know.
Now, do you manifest daily? I know you do meditation as well, Leyton, but do you manifest daily and say thank you so much, universe, for this amazing opportunity, and then an amazing opportunity does sort of come your way? I mean, I do work very much with, you know, mantras myself.
You know what? Here's the thing. It does manifest daily. It has been a very very challenging set of months and throughout this year for me. I haven't been in the best place, actually. However, this vision board is, you know, I don't just call it a vision board. I don't just call it a vision wall. I just see it as, you know, that's my life. And that is exactly how I see with regards to transition. And but that I'm here to bring forward whilst I'm still here breathing.
Yes.
And of course, when I'm laying here, that is what I see when I wake up. Whether or not sometimes we don't wake up the best way we want to wake up, due to the amount of things we take on a daily basis that are hidden, that people would assume that your life is sorted, but they don't realize the daily things you take on. You know, and I just want to bring that awareness just to the public and just to everybody. That it's important to look behind the glamour and to understand the process of what one might take on. So this is truly all my tears that's on the wall, because I feel that I just feel that, and I have many days, and as being someone who's very in touch with themselves. You know, sometimes you may cry more often sometimes, which is it's a good thing to release, because I use it in a form of way where if your soul needs to do what it needs to reveal, and then once it's revealed, you're able to take that time necessary, because meditation is done in many ways. You know, it's like it's not just like doing there's so many ways, there's so many ways to do it. You know what I mean? It's just
I mean, I teach meditation myself, being a Reiki master and a healer, and dedication, my life to be of service to help others as well, make a difference. So again, like you say, with meditation, it comes in many forms, doesn't it? But also during meditation, I can imagine you maybe get inspiration with your songs, or sometimes, these sort of lyrical contents come through, maybe heaven sent from the angels. I mean, do you believe in that like myself? Because I work very much with the angels as well.
No, absolutely. Because I believe, like, with regards to ourselves, we're all naturally, we're all naturally royal. You
Yeah.
know, like literally, we are gods of our own, and we are kings and queens of our own naturally. And
Yes.
that's why I feel the more we be in touch with those elements of ourselves, the more we truly can be a lot more powerful and beyond than what we was ever taught. Because what you get taught from birth, school, college, or wherever you go after that, it's not the right teachings.
No.
Because that's why you have to unlearn what you've been taught, you
Yes.
know, to relearn what is actually factual for your soul's purpose, so that at least it eliminates a lot of fear when people try to keep you in that position of low frequency. And that's why there's so many ways I result to being able to meditate and motivate myself. There's so many different ways, and there's so many avenues,
It
and
certainly.
it's there's so many. I'm like, God damn. there's so much, so
And
it's
there's so much
like,
to learn, isn't there? Like you say, you never stop learning. There's so much to learn, and like you said, you've read many books as well. And I can imagine you've done a lot of studying, like myself, to be, more wiser, to be honest, and then share the knowledge and wisdom to help other people and empower them yourself. I mean, you did mention that you're doing a documentary to Anthony and
yeah.
myself. So with regards to this documentary, is it documentary of your life and your pathway, from the very beginning to where you are now, to show humanity and the world that your path has not been easy, but your sheer strength and determination, regards to knockbacks and everything you've gone through, picking yourself back up, dusting yourself back down, it is also showing those around you, if I can do it, then so can you, with anything that you would like to achieve in your life. Is that what the documentary is about, Leyton?
You know what? Just to give a sum up, in just a few words, the documentary sums up that I'm here to save the planet.
Yes.
Because the reason why I say that so confidently and humbly at the same time is because if this is truly, it's like you reveal yourself so nakedly in the start to where you got to now, about all the ins and outs of the industry, the things you actually encountered, as to why I've been independent for years. I've had, like, record labels, 7 record label deals over the years, and never took those offers due to what it was requiring of me to do less of. And it's like I'm breaking things down of my growing up. But yeah, I'm talking about the music industry. I'm talking about insights. It's educational.
Yes.
And because it's not only just saying, oh, he's performing, but what is he actually contributing?
Yes.
And that's why it's 2 hours and 18 minutes. That's how long the documentary is.
Wow.
And the reason why it's lengthy is because I wanted to cover as much as I felt that is needed for everyone to see and receive and in their hearts, whilst I'm still actually here to tell the story and showcase it with people. And I tell you this, it's been all my heart. It's been late nights working on this with it was worked on a zero budget with a good friend of mine who's like a brother. His name's Pedro Galazgi. Just want to show some respect for him on this live. And we worked on this very closely. He was the videographer, and I co-edited it as well. And it's like he confirmed to me, and he says, Leyton, it's time for you to have a documentary now. And he said this to me last year, just before we was going into this year. And he says, Leyton, your journey speaks for itself. So much has been showcased. I've been on this journey with you, and now it's time for people to finally just receive so boldly now of who you are, furthermore to what you've already been giving. Because it is educational. I feel this can be in schools. I feel this can be in colleges. I feel this can be, it's not about selecting it for film festivals. That's not the route I'm going about it, because this is how I see it. I just want people to see my story for what it is, other than someone saying, oh, let's amend it, or, oh, we want to put it in competition with someone else's project. That's not what I'm doing it for. No. I just want people to be able to, I want to have this premiered screened. I've been trying to get this premiere screen for a little bit now. I haven't really, to be honest with you, I felt a lot of people have been letting me down. And all I personally felt I feel I need right now, and I'm reaching out for anybody who could actually potentially sponsor to have this premiere screened, where people are actually able to come and actually make a donation, make a payment to actually pay for your hard work, for what you contribute, but be able to be educated and enjoy the journey of what you've been here to do, for what people were unaware of, or what you was actually doing, and it's just a really big deal for me, because that's why I get emotional and very teary about this, is because I feel I don't want this documentary to be overlooked, because I felt so much stuff I've done, even over the time, has been overlooked. And I feel this is the time I need this to be really premiered, right, to be sponsored potentially, because everything has always come out of my own pocket since the day I started, and it's been so hard, and that's why I feel I've got to this point where I feel I need weight to be lifted. I need weight to be taken away from me, because I do everything on my own.
So have you set up like an Indiegogo crowdfunding page, or, an actual crowdfunding, I think it's crowdfunding page as well, where people can actually donate to it might be in, your own sort of interest to set one up, and then share it on social media, and people then can make donations, which will then support you on your journey, because you never know who's reading, your short bio and your sort of divine mission that you have at this moment in time. So I think that really could benefit you, Leyton, if you haven't done it, to maybe look into doing that, and then we'll share it on In the Hot Seat for you, and plug it on social media as well, and support you with your journey.
No, I appreciate that very much. You know what? Because I know we might be going over time a little bit, aren't we? But let me just.
We've still got 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. I've actually went down that route before. Yeah, and it didn't come out the way I thought it was going to, considering all the amount of people who are on your journey. And that's why I don't really kind of rely on the number of people who are on my pages and follows, because even though you may have that, you'll only see probably a few turn up at your events. And that's why the one thing I've never been wanting to do is to rely on someone for everything, and because I know that I always am the one waiting, and it's like hence the reason I've been thinking of multiple ways of how to go about this. And I just feel it's a time where if someone does approach and see this, that they'll see it for what it truly is, and be able to lend that hand. I'm always figuring out ideas. I'm always trying different approaches, but in ways where I feel it's not going to be changed or compromised, because the story is my story, and I want it to be revealed the way it's been done.
And again, it's down to divine timing. I'm a true believer. Sometimes we have to be patient for the right person to cross our path to take us on the next phase of our journey. And I feel with yourself, it's waiting for that person to step forwards into your path to support you on your journey. You've already got your friend that's helping you do the documentary, and now you're waiting for that sponsor to come in. And I truly believe that they will come in when you least expect it. So never give up. Remain keeping the faith, to be honest, because you deserve it to get support. And I feel eventually it could actually be turned into a movie as well, the story of your life, and also a book too, Leyton.
Definitely. No, absolutely. Because I remember even doing the book when I was 17 years old, and it's actually on Amazon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's called Change for the Best. And that was done years ago, but there will be definitely another. If we look into another book, there will be another one to come at a different time. But definitely what's being pushed at this time is the documentary in focus, along with a next project that's going to be an album project. It's going to be called Speak On Out, which is talking about and revealing a lot of things about the world that's going on. So it's going to be a different approach to find yourself, but it's still about unconditional love, authenticity, and everything is about it's more than just giving and breathing. It really, as I said, it's an engravement. It's what you're willing to dedicate your life, because you are sacrificing yourself, because you're being so bold with of all the things you talk about, so everything is always a financial thing, with this journey. And one day at a time, I'm still keeping the faith of everything I've been doing. you can have your times where you feel, once again, when I was talking about exhaustion, is because people don't realize everything I'm actually doing for, to dedicate this to really helping everybody every single day. And so it does make you sometimes question a lot of things that really are out here and what's going on. But, I'm still keeping the heart that I need, because I know that it's highly favored with those who are doing something solely from the righteous place.
Yes, most definitely. And also you've got, good intentions, and you're doing it from the heart. And obviously we're seeing working with the children, you've been supporting the children, and with the Chrysalis Smile, and also with your song titles as well. I think, to be honest, just the actual titles explain themselves, Secrets, Heaven, and Finding Yourself. You're awakening humanity and helping them and guiding them down that pathway of love, and doing phenomenal work. As well. Now, I know Anthony would like to ask you about your awards as well, wouldn't you, Anthony? That you've actually received.
So a lot of people say that you get these idiots coming on saying you're doing it for the money. I don't get paid for what I do. I've never been paid for what I do. I got an award back in 2015 for best studio, graphic studio, and I have to go to America to get it. Well, I can't fly because of this TN. Now,
right.
I'm just looking for somebody to go to America to get my reward and bring it back again.
Oh, right.
So if you're heading out to America, Leyton, bring it back.
Oh, sorry. Say that last bit again. Sorry, went a bit.
Sorry, it's the accent. If you're ever heading out to America, bring it back for me.
Hey, you know what? It's like I feel when it comes to awards and accolades. I mean, I'm grateful for everything that's been achieved. I really soulfully am very grateful for everything that's been recognized. These little accolades, because I feel that it's always the man or the woman that makes the award, other than the award making the man or the woman. Because I feel it's important with regards to when you receive certain recognition, at least you can say to yourself, you know what, it was well earned, because I didn't cut corners. I wasn't being false. I was solidly being honest. And it just goes to show that when you consistently remain with that true belief, eventually something is going to align with something, even though sometimes it may take time than others, for example, even though you're not in competition with others. It's like I'm very gracious of it. I would never say, I'm not one of these people who will go to people, oh yeah, I got this amount of awards. I'm not about that. I want people to really solidly see me through my heart, and then when they look into the journey, they'll be able to see everything else other than sometimes you even having to explain about it.
Most
well, always say the best actors never won an Oscar. So if you ever get time to write a screens, a song for a movie, don't put in for an Oscar. Because I always say, don't win an Oscar and you're always going to be the best. So that's it.
You're always a winner in your heart. And that's the true. That is really where everything is. It's like it's either you use it or you'll lose it.
Most definitely. And I think it's giving it unconditionally, not on a condition, because so many people say, well, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. When you really want to give to somebody, it's not on a condition. I mean, I give unconditionally. I will do anything to help anybody. That's my personality. But I generally love to help people. But again, not everyone's like me or you or Anthony. And I think it's quite sad when people are very much on giving, but on a condition. So again, it's teaching others to maybe break that cycle and patterns of behavior and learn to give unconditionally without any attachment to the outcome or any condition, because you genuinely want to help somebody.
It's like me with the TN, Leyton. Now, there's so many people out there that's a lot better at graphics than me, designs than me, and putting stuff together than me. But out of all the people that's got TN, I'm the only person in the world that's put 3 movies together about TN. And this newest one has got 93 countries in it. And I'm hoping for the 100 soon, I hope.
Wow, hey, that really is, that's something to be very proud of, man.
I mean, all the people out there, not one person apart from myself And as I said earlier, I was proud and honoured to get this disease because I gave people a voice because they were hiding away saying, oh, I've got this disease, I want to die, I want to commit suicide. I gave them a voice to stand up and say, I've got TN and I'm not proud of it. There's no cure, but I will get there eventually. Once again, find yourself.
Yes.
That's it. I appreciate you sharing that, Anthony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
And also, just before we end the conversation, because I'm sort of like running out, I'd like to ask you, which is your favourite song out of all of the 300 songs that you've written, and why, please?
You know what? That I could never answer the question, Deborah. I'll be honest with you, is because I feel that when every song is created, I feel that it has a favorite of its own feeling, because I just feel they all have its own particular impact of what it does internally for someone and even for yourself. And but I just feel I couldn't give you an answer to a particular song because I feel that they all have their own expression that would be able to be engraved within. I feel there's something where it's going to be able to enlighten. It's more than just enlightening. This is encircling and then redoing it over and over again. You know.
And I think
the answer I can't give an answer is actually the best answer you can give. Because if you pinpoint a favourite song, your next song you try to better that song, and then try to better that song, and better that song. So when you say you've not got a favourite, it's the best answer you can give.
But I think also with some people, they look up to a particular artist. I mean, me as a child, I always looked up to Kate Bush and Sarah Brightman and Diana Ross and Supremes. That goes to childhood, and that's why I studied opera as well. So who did you look up to as a child in the music industry, Leyton?
Wow. You know what? It's crazy. Now I just had to turn on the light because I realized it's getting a bit dark in here. But here's the thing. I mean, as throughout the time, I mean, you discover I've not really been a major celebrity fan personally, but I have my own reasons. But if I was to say in terms of inspiration, music-wise, I would say Marvin Gaye.
Oh, he's amazing. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Prince, James Brown, Nat King Cole, Sam Cooke, Lenny Kravitz. There's so many names. The Stylistics. It's like it's just real music. Teddy Pendergrass, Luther Vandross.
It's music, isn't it?
It's real.
Yeah, it's real music.
Real.
Most definitely.
And that's why I've always been so old school, like with my style, like the way I generally just showcase myself, like, because I'm not trying to do what everyone else is doing. It's like when you learn what you learn, you never mimic. You interpret it and have your own uniqueness that shines beyond, and people will be able to be taken back to where they were fulfilled.
Most definitely. It's good to be different as well, isn't it? I mean, I don't conform to society. I don't try and be somebody I'm not. I'm just me at the end of the day. And, I've got a unique way of working myself, and also my songs are very different. I mean, my recent song was Touched by an Angel, and I dressed up as an angel with huge angel wings.
Touched by an Angel.
And again, it's very different, isn't it? So I think it's good to be different, to be honest. We're all unique in our own way, aren't we, at the end of the day? And it's good to just be yourself.
It's really the best. It's the best feeling ever. It really is. Even if people say, "So, excuse me, who the heck do you think you are?" So, you'll get these little odd comments, and then all you have to do is just smile at them and then introduce yourself very confidently and keep it moving. Because that's it. Because bottom line is, not everyone is made to vibrate with you, and not everyone is made to, as they say, to like you. And you're not here to seek for validation or approval or acceptance, and because you're the one who has to be the one to build that substantial mark on your own without having the need from the outside world's blessing at the same time.
And seeking approval. I mean, like Paul McKenna says, that those that judge you secretly, they are inspired by you and they wish you were more like you. Vice versa as me many years ago, what people think about you is none of your business, their issue. And I really understand that. Very wise, just like, everyone understands you, do they? But that's okay, as long as you understand you in your own little world. That's okay. And then you find people that do understand you and that do like you, and you surround yourself then with that circle of love and the people that are loving and supportive as well. So, my advice to everyone is just be yourself, and don't worry what everyone else is thinking, because secretly they are really inspired by you, and maybe wish that they were a bit like you as well. So, continue shining bright, be yourself.
That's the only thing. That's priority. It really is.
Yeah. It certainly is. Now, how can people get in contact with you, Leyton? If they would like to book you for a gig, or for a theatre performance, or for a movie or anything like that, how can people get in contact with you?
Sure, no problem. Well, everybody can go straight to my official website, which is www.leytonbenta.com, where you'll be able to find everything on there on the site. And you can also email me, Leyton, Leyton, Benta, Benta, business@gmail.com. And, it would be a privilege, and more than just an honor to be able to, bring forward my presence, my gift, the education towards everything, so that at least there's someone who's going to be bringing substance to a stage. Because when you're on the microphone, it's not just saying, oh, the mic is your life. Like, it really is what you say and do at that moment determines the frequency with everyone.
Most definitely. And just before we can, let you go, I think Anthony's just got one more question he'd like to quickly ask you.
Oh, sure, Anthony.
It's Elton John, as you know, is a great superstar. And the great thing about you is you compose your music, you write your music, and to me that is 100 times better than Elton John, because he gets somebody else to write his songs. So to me, he's a superstar a lot better than what he is. So in my eyes, a lot of people see this interview, you're going to be a superstar in their eyes too.
Hey, I appreciate that very much, Anthony.
And Elton might get you to write him a song, Leyton.
Anthony already put that forward during the interview.
Oh yes.
It's all nothing but all nothing but love and respect, and because it's like I just feel there's such a duty every day. Like, I really do feel there's a duty with everything, and and sometimes with the amount we give, it's important to have the time to recuperate, because especially as if we call it the light workers or a lot more than that, you're going to need a lot of rejuvenation time for all that you give, because you're giving so much energy a day, and if we don't recuperate, we're going to be no good.
No, it's looking after ourselves as well as looking after each other. That's so important, isn't it? Taking care of ourselves.
Completely.
Most definitely.
Completely.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We've loved interviewing you, and we will look forward to interviewing you towards Christmas to catch up, see what you've been up to, and how's your documentary going as well, and hearing more of your news. And sorry, Anthony.
Don't forget your Christmas song now with the Christmas in the title.
What, Chrysalis Smile?
Christmas in the title, and it's a hit.
Your Christmas single as well, that'd be great. And what we will do is, for everyone that's watching, we will share it on social media, and also how you can get in contact with Leyton if you would like to book him for an event or award ceremony or red carpet ceremony as well, or even support him by sponsoring him for his amazing documentary as well. So thank you so much, Leyton. Keep shining bright and keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
And I'm sure Anthony's loved interviewing you today as well.
Yes.
Hey, it's nice to meet you, Anthony. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And Deborah, thank you. Thank you once again for having me on this platform. Because the reason, is extremely thankful. There's been so much that's been going on behind closed doors, and it just felt a very light time, to have this time.
You're welcome. And know that we're here to support you. Anything we can do, please let us know later. But keep up the good work. You're doing amazing, and don't give up, okay?
Never, never, not enough. Thank you, guys.
God bless you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Now, thank you so much. We'll be back again on the 3rd of August now with another amazing guest in the hot seat, Lisa Loops, and we'll be interviewing her as well. So Anthony, I should give you more information on Lisa. She's another multi-talented lady and she does so much good. She does a lot of charity work and also supporting animals too. So we're looking forward to interviewing Lisa Loops on the 3rd of August. Most definitely. Thank you so much, Anthony, all the way across in Scotland. Thank you to all of our listeners and also to Moinul and Salima and also our sponsor, Dip in the Pond Landscaping, and highly recommend him. If you need any landscaping done, Dip in the Pond is your man. Just contact us on In the Hot Seat TV show at gmail.com and I can give you more information. Or if you'd like to appear on the show and share your journey, you can contact us via our email or on also social media as well on Facebook or Instagram. So thank you so much and stay cool in this hot weather and stay safe wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much. Bye for now.